Hello dear friends, my name is Solomon, and today in this video I'm going to do all 8 attacks in the Legends League with my army that I have already shown on my channel. This army is Furnaces and Yetis with a Fireball, and in my opinion this is one of the strongest armies right now in the game, especially for Legends, because it gives you enough of control and enough of firepower if you compare with only Furnace attacks. So we will do all 8 hits, live hits in the Legends, and we'll see if I will be able to do all triples. Besides, I will try to explain you how this army works and what you should do to get stable 3 stars in the Legends. But before we start the attacks, I just want to ask you, please don't forget to subscribe my channel and write comments below this video, because your support is really important for me. Thanks a lot. Let's start the attacks. Okay, so we're going into the first attack. By the way, I'm doing voice over my live hits. I mean, I have already attacked and now I'm commenting all the actions, because during the attack it's much more difficult to comment what I'm doing. That's why I'm do the voiceover. So this is the base, double poison base, and we are searching for a good spot for the fireball. By the way, with this army you don't have necessarily to destroy defenses in the core, as we can do the hero dive into the core of the base, and that's why I'm starting the attack with the Grand Warden Walk, of course, and I'm using only one furnace with the Grand Warden, and the reason for that is we don't have too many furnaces. That's why we cannot afford to use like 2 or 3 furnaces with the Grand Warden, especially if there is no much damage in the beginning of the attack. Using couple of invisibilities and sending the fireball into the fire speeder, destroying some defenses in the core, but not all of them, and not destroying the clan castle. Then we are killing the enemy king, and for now we have some safe time to send our heroes. I decided to send my queen from the monolith, and also the log launcher there, so the logs with the giant arrow and with the earthquake can destroy the monolith easy. Adding the king on the left of the queen, and also the royal champion on the top of the base, and our Grand Warden is moving towards the town hall. And this is also important moment. I'm using, I tried to use the headhunter, but she get killed with the trap. And you see what I was saying, you don't have to use necessarily the recall spell just after the fireball. If you see that your Grand Warden is staying safe and he's not joining the heroes, you can just leave him do his thing on top, and when you see that your Grand Warden start to get too much damage or he starts to join your heroes, you can recall him. And here you see I just didn't need the recall. I'm using the rage spell because my king and queen are still staying on the bottom, so I can just give my Grand Warden time to destroy everything. He destroyed the town hall already, and I still have bunch of spells not used, and I don't need them. And this is in the new legend. I just want to remind you. You see how many spells I'm swagging in this attack in Legends, and this exactly shows how this army is strong. And swagging like 5 spells in the Legends is, I think, is a good example and good demonstration of how this army is strong. Okay, we're moving to the next attack, and here first of all you see the decorations, and I love this moment when they are disappearing. And the next important moment about this base is that in the core of the base you see the monolith, the hook tower, and the multi-cannon tower, and this is like the most important defenses that we should try to destroy. But before that we need to make a good fireball, and I decided to fireball just from the beginning into the ricochet cannon, destroying the clan castle building and also some buildings around. And I just recalled the Grand Warden immediately because I decided that I don't want to face the town hall with 2 heroes from the beginning. That's why I replaced the Grand Warden, and now I'm planning the giant arrow, sending my queen, some yetis, and the log launcher. And with the log launcher we will be able to destroy all 3 core defenses. This is a great a demonstration how actually good the log launcher is with this army. Next, we are deploying our king and royal champion on the right from the queen, and our grand warden on the left, still standing there. Now we are just watching what is happening here and supporting our troops with the spells or with the furnaces. Mainly our furnaces should go with the grand warden because of his rage aura and because he's with healers, so he's actually the strongest hero right now. But our queen goes down, of course. Our king is still with his ability, and we need to find a good spot for that. Unfortunately, the king goes out of the base. This is not great, as he will not use his ability correctly, but we can wait until he goes inside that compartment, and now we can plan his spiky ball and so on. When he goes out of HP, we are using the king ability. He destroys most of the defenses in that compartment. Our grand warden is still standing, king with support of headhunter trying to kill the enemy king, and that's it. At this moment we can try to revive our royal champion, for example, if we understand that we have not enough power here, but we still have lots of time. We still have some spells, and I'm using the rage spell just to speed up the destruction of the town hall. Actually, I could even save the rage spell here. And again, we are swagging some spells, and yeah, lots of spells. 5 spells again swagged in the legends, which is huge. I know that most of the players have already tried the new legends, or at least understand. Oh, by the way, I'm upgrading the action figure to the max. I could upgrade the electro boots for the royal champion, but I decided that action figure is more important because it provides us tanking, and this is very important. This is another type of base which is very popular for the legends, and on such bases we always try to fireball somewhere around the rage tower, and you don't have necessarily to fireball exactly the rage tower. Instead, you can fireball somewhere around the ricochet cannon or the archer tower and so on, so you just destroy buildings around the rage tower. For example, here exactly the best way would be to fireball the ricochet cannon, because this way we will get the multi-cannon, the rage tower, and the multi-archer tower, and also the enemy hero. That's why I'm using invisibility, the earthquake, and also you see the royal champion goes down together with the defenses. Now we can wait a little until grand warden destroys more defenses, but here we see the raged scattershot, and this is very dangerous. That's why I'm recalling the grand warden to place him somewhere to the left. And the next step is to deploy our queen with the log launcher and giant arrow, taking down the next raged compartment. For the enemy heroes and the enemy clan castle, we usually use our royal champion with her rocket spears and king on the other side of the queen. Now we can pay attention to our grand warden. He's okay here, so we can just follow him, and in case if needed, use some spells. Here the invisibility. In front of 2 axe bows, our royal champion goes into the phoenix ability, but she have already almost killed the enemy queen and pulled out the clan castle troops. Unfortunately, my queen is already dead, but my king is still in the core, and he uses his ability there, destroying the town hall. This is the main thing for that push with the heroes. Now we can just finish the base with our grand warden. As soon as we have some spells to support the grand warden, we can be okay here, and in case if needed, we can revive our royal champion. But at this moment I'm not reviving the royal champion, as there are ice golems, and if I revive the royal champion, she will follow the ice golems. But when they are going down, we can revive the RC and use the invisibilities with the rage spell just to destroy everything. So here you see the base is completely wrecked. I have lots of time left. I used all the spells just to be on the safe side. I didn't want to risk with a fail, and I decided just to use my RC as I still have her. available to be revived. That's why I revived her, actually. Now we are going to the next attack, and yeah, the next attack is on such base. Again, the decorations will disappear. Another great moment. And here I decided that if I fireball the multi-cannon, it will be a great fireball without investing too much time or spells. One invisibility, fireball, and everything, almost everything. The scatter shot should be also destroyed, but I missed the earthquakes. Nevertheless, it's a great fireball, and I saved a lot of time here. Now we can try to kill the enemy heroes. You have always be afraid of the enemy minion prince, because he has so much damage and so fast attack speed that he can kill your Grand Warden even with the healers in like 5 or 6 shots. That's why you always have to pay attention when you are facing the enemy minion prince. The enemy king is not that dangerous, but still dangerous. 1v1, a Grand Warden cannot kill the enemy king. You always have to use some support troops, Headhunter or Furnaces. And you see, my Grand Warden is still standing strong, and that's why I decided to start my second phase of attack, my hero push, sending my Royal Champion with one YETI, also Queen with her ability and the log launcher, and King on the bottom of this side. So we're attacking from the whole side of this base, and the second side of this base is being taken care of by the Grand Warden. Most important is to destroy the Town Hall compartment with the spell towers, as they are the most dangerous and they are the key to at least 2 stars. That's why I am glad that the RC took down the Town Hall building. Some troops from the Clan Castle are going into the core, and unfortunately the king didn't go there. Probably on such basis I should switch and I should send king with the log launcher into the core and queen on the side. Probably this is also a good option. Nevertheless, my Grand Warden is still there. I have lots of spells, but the multi-infernos in the core are protecting the core from the furnaces, and that's why my Grand Warden is moving very slow. And also that's why I need to probably use a rage spell here, because there is a monolith, the scatter shot, the enemy Royal Champion. That's why the rage is actually needed here, and I'm also using a poison spell just to help with the enemy RC. Now the rages with the invisibilities, and I'm reviving the RC, and the reason for that is I was afraid to get a time fail. Only because of that I decided to revive the RC. Otherwise I would have the revive spell also not used. Okay, we are switching to the next attack. I'm filling my Clan Castle with Clan Castle Cake and another base, another popular type of base, double rage. But in the Legends mode, these bases become pretty difficult. And the key to this base is the same. We are fireballing one of the compartments. We don't have to fireball the core of this compartment, just on the edge, destroying most of the defenses. But actually I think I could destroy the fire speeder also with the fireball and earthquakes. I just missed the earthquakes, and I immediately start the second phase because I don't want to waste time. The distance between the Grand Warden and the Queen is big, and that's why I'm not afraid that Grand Warden will be pulled by my Queen. So Royal Champion is helping the Queen because the Clan Castle there, the Minion Prince is there. That's why I decided that the support of the Royal Champion is needed, and our King is going into that raged compartment. That was the idea, but he missed that compartment. Nevertheless, he's helping, and now he's entering there, so I can use his ability, and most of this compartment is at least damaged. Not destroyed, but at least damaged. That's okay for me. My Grand Warden is still standing strong, and I need just to, yeah, at this moment I decided to recall him because he was in the crossfire of the scattershot and the town hall, and also the archer tower, and besides he was pretty close to the queen. That's why I decided to recall him. And also I'm using invisibility for my queen to help her take down the town hall, and this was also a good decision because the town hall was destroyed, and this is pretty safe for me, and my Grand Warden is feeling okay there with the support of the furnaces. The multi-cannon is pretty dangerous, but with the furnaces, that defense is getting distracted all the time, and that's why it doesn't deal too much damage. And again, it's a 3-star with some spell swag. Yeah, it's Legends, guy. I mean, you know how difficult the Legends actually is, and I'm still swagging spells in this new Legends, which is huge in my opinion. And we are moving further to the next attack. By the way, I'm using this army in the CWL also, and we faced Shock clan. I think you know him. And if you want, I will make a video about that round when we faced Shock, Big Country, and some more YouTubers famous. And now we're switching to the next attack. Again, double raged base. And here, again, we are fireballing the compartment with the range, but we are fireballing only one defense on the side of this compartment. And again, I think I missed one earthquake. I could destroy more buildings, but it's still okay. Even this way, it's okay. One thing you have to be careful is, yeah, that raged archer tower. It deals a lot of damage, and you don't want your Grand Warden to fight with it while it's under the rage. Again, we are placing Grand Warden on the opposite side, and from here we can start our Queen with some Yetis, with Log Launcher and so on. Usually on such bases we need the support of our Royal Champion with the Queen, so she can take care of those enemy heroes. King is coming from the left, facing a lot of damage. And the Ice Golem didn't work in the beginning, and the Ice Golem didn't freeze all of those defenses. That's why at this attack it was not that successful with the Spiky Ball and the Earthquake Boots, but we're still okay. Right now we still have lots of spells. My Royal Champion is using her Rocket Spears, the Super Valkyrie giving some rage, but Queen is getting killed. Royal Champion will be also killed, but she will have a Phoenix mode, and this way she will be able to destroy some defense. And now you will see the interaction of Grand Warden with the heroes. You see, as soon as he sees somebody near him, he tries to follow the Royal Champion, and sometimes he misses his initial targets. But here it was very good attack. I don't have lots of spells swag, but I still having a 3-star here, and it's another triple in a row in one day in Legends with this army. And yeah, the army is great. I had some difficulties with it, but now I'm getting used to it, and I'm being more successful with this attack. So we are going into the next attack, and I think this attack was not a 3-star, only one attack, not a 3-star, and I think I understand the reason. First of all, it's a bit long dive with the Grand Warden, and the second thing why I had a time fail is that I didn't send the King when it was needed. I just misclicked, and that's why I placed the King too late. So we are starting with the Grand Warden, of course, here, and if you see that there is an archer tower on the side of the base, you even can use only one furnace. It will be enough to help your Grand Warden. 2 furnaces will protect your Grand Warden even from the enemy heroes such as the Royal Champion. But here, again, as the Royal Champion don't have a big radius of attraction, we can kill her even without being attacked by the RC. You see, we are killing the RC, but she doesn't see the Grand Warden, and this is a great option. If you see that there is an RC on the side, you can kill her usually without any danger for you. And now I'm using the Fireball. I would love to Fireball the X-Bow instead of the Scatter Shot, because this way I could destroy the multi-cannon, but due to that Fireball, I had to try to kill the multi-cannon with my Grand Warden. And actually I was successful, but I lost almost 1 minute for that dive, and I still stayed there with my Grand Warden. And this is the reason why I'm why I'm falling into 2 stars in this attack. So I even activated the poison. It's 1 minute and 45 seconds already, and now I can start my attack. My queen and the log launcher. Here there is no building just in the center of the base. That's why I have to place my queen a little bit to the side, also using my royal champion there. And here I should use my king, but I didn't. I don't know why. I thought I placed him and I continued my attack on the top, but then I understood that the king was not sent there, and Yetis with the ice golem were already killed, and only now I'm sending the king. Of course, king with Yetis would destroy more, would live longer, and so on and so on, and this is one of the reasons why I didn't get a 3-star here, but we're still going okay. My king is taking some damage. Besides, I should place my Grand Warden closer to the right, so he would not step in front of the fire speeder. This is another thing that I think was a mistake. You see how the Grand Warden is positioning himself in the core, in front of the fire speeder, X-bow, and scattershot. Too many damage. That's why I'm using lots of invisibilities. I don't have invisibility for my royal champion, and I'm running out of time. If the king could destroy everything there earlier, probably we could finish with a triple here, but even a revived royal champion couldn't save us, and we are running out of time. If I had around 20 seconds more, I think I would triple here, but the biggest mistake in my opinion is that I didn't place the king there. And we are going into the last attack here. Again, the furnace army, of course, with Yetis. The strong compartment in the core, town hall, 2 fire speeders, but in this army you don't want to fireball there because you will lose a lot of time and furnaces. That's why you can fireball, for example, multi-archer tower. And this way you will already destroy enough buildings to create pathing, to create funnel, and to destroy some key defenses. The multi-archer, X-bow, ricochet cannon is already a good option, but I decided even to fireball without using the invisibilities, and this way we are saving lots of time. This was the next attack after the time fail. That's why I tried to save as much time as possible. Actually, if I use 1 invisibility there, I would fireball the multi-archer, and that would be even better. Nevertheless, I destroyed enough buildings. I decided to try to destroy that X-bow just to give even more advantage to my queen and royal champion. And as soon as I see that the Grand Warden is going to the top, I decided to recall him and to place to the bottom. Now I can switch to my heroes. Here I want to use giant arrow into the wizard tower, and for that I destroyed some defenses before that, and then log launcher, couple Yetis, ice golem, royal champion, another Yeti on the left, and couple of Yetis with an ice golem to the right. By the way, another thing that came into my mind is using couple of at least 1 giant in front of the ice golem. This way I would trigger the spring trap instead of the ice golem. It would do the giant, and this way I would save the ice golem longer. Nevertheless, king used his ability. My heroes, king and twin, are going into the core, and I decide to use 1 invisibility there in the core because I see that there are still some troops, and they can take care of the town hall and actually all of the buildings there. That's why I invested 2 invisibilities, but that came back with the destruction of everything in the core. I use Rage for my Grand Warden, reviving my Royal Champion, still 1 invisibility that will help the Royal Champion to take care of that last Ricochet Cannon, and this is the last building that could do any damage to my troops. And yeah, it's another 3-star, no spell swagging in this attack, but I have swagged a lot of spells today during the attacks, and I'm finishing with almost perfect day in Legends. 7 triples out of 8 attacks and 1 time fail there. and I think this is a great result, showing how strong this army actually is. I will leave a link for this army in the video description, so if you like the video, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button, and I see you in the next video. It was Solomon. Bye.